Hello, good morning everyone. It is Tuesday, April 28th. I'm Teacher Mark and this is Class 5A. Just getting right into it. This week we're going to continue, today we're going to continue what we did yesterday, which is dividing decimals. We started with a little bit of estimating yesterday. Today on Khan Academy, it's not real long. I think there's one video and a few questions, but basically, we're dividing decimals by whole numbers. So we're going to learn some strategies about how to do that and answer some questions. So hopefully it'll be pretty good, but if you do have questions, always let me know. You guys are great about that. In language arts today, we get to do a little reading, of course. The wonder story today, it's called Apples. It's about more than just apples, though, and I don't want to spoil the story for you guys, but Augie's planning something today, and it's a thing I know you guys have done before because I've heard you tell me about it. So I think it'll be interesting to see, the thoughts that he's having, making these decisions and doing the things that he's doing, because you guys have probably done the same thing, so it's pretty interesting today. In grammar, there's a little mini lesson video from YouTube about irregular verbs, which we've talked about off and on throughout the year, and I think the big reason we do that is because they're tricky, irregular verbs. They're not regular, and unfortunately there isn't much of a better strategy to learning them than just to memorize them, which is easiest to do just by practicing, which is I think why we do it so frequently. But there's a little mini lesson video where it explains this in sort of general terms. There are some strategies you can use to determine if something is a regular or irregular verb, and it sort of talks about that a bit. But all you have to do, there's a little worksheet, just says irregular verbs. We just have to finish the worksheet there. We have to find some irregular verbs. And I would recommend having a dictionary with you, just in case, because you guys, I think, will know all the words, but sometimes the tense and things like that can be confusing. So it's always good to just look it up. So I would recommend having a dictionary. But yeah, all we have to do is turn that worksheet in before 3 o'clock today. In English class, there's a little mini lesson video where I explain it a bit more, but we just have to write a little paragraph today, at least 4 sentences, and we just have to answer 2 questions. Augie, he doesn't get angry when people stare at him. He was worried about that for most of the story, and then now it's not a big thing for him. Why doesn't Augie get angry when people stare at him? Something's changed, because I think in the beginning of the story it was a big concern, now not so much. So why do you think that is? And the other question is, do you think that's a good attitude? If someone were like looking at you funny and stuff, would you get angry or would you not get angry? If you didn't get angry, is that better? I don't know. He seems pretty happy, so I don't know. But we get to hear what you guys have to think. So we just have to write a little paragraph, answer those 2 questions. And the last thing today is social studies. We're moving along, sort of jumping continents now. We've expanded westward in the United States. It's about 1900 or so. And things in Europe are not too good. They're not getting along so well. So we're sort of jumping over there. But it does involve the United States and the rest of the world in a war. And you could probably guess the name of it based on that. So we're going to study World War I a little bit today. There's a brain pop video to watch and some questions to answer and that sort of thing. But it was a long time ago. It was like 100 years ago now. But pretty important, really big deal, because the way war was fought before this was different. After this, it's different. It was never the same after this. So it's a pretty big event in the world. So that's all we get to do today. If you guys have any specific questions, you're welcome to send me messages or call me, whatever you guys want to do. You're doing it great. So keep that stuff up. Send me questions if you have them. And yeah, I'll hopefully chat with you guys here soon. Take care, everybody. Have a good day.